Hi, how are you guys? All okay? Anurag, that was very emotional, yeah? Thank you for that. Yeah, so my title is Radio Someone Still Loves You. It's not my title, it's what, Freddie Mercury sang as part of the band Queen. But I don't come here as an expert on radio, I come as a lover. So what I have for you is love, not expertise. It's personal. My story on radio is personal. It's like a confession. And maybe the way Anurag spoke, there was a lot of personal sort of vibe about the things he was saying, and that's what it is that I'd like to talk about. But it's because radio is personal, yeah? That's the whole point, that radio has this thing about making it so one-to-one, and I want to talk about that really. But first, my sort of love with radio started long back with cricket commentary, which I'll talk to you about later, and how I got the students in my classroom to give up their transistor because I didn't have one, because I mimicked a radio commentary in class, and the teacher went to every desk and confiscated everyone else's transistor. So it was just my way of getting back at the world because I didn't have one. And maybe I'll try and do that mimicry a little later if I can. But my sort of early days of radio was in 2001, and I want to play the first piece of radio work that I did. And of course, it won a lot of awards, but more than that, it was just the fun thing that we did in an agency called David that I'd begun in 2000, yeah? And we felt radio was not being given its importance, so we began to really enjoy and explore radio. So I'm going to play the first piece. If, Sagar, just let's play this, yeah?
Oh, Carol, on the floor, I am but a fool. On the floor, oh darling, I love you. On the floor, do you treat me cruel? On the floor, oh, you hurt me. On the floor, and you make me cry. On the floor, and if you ever leave me on the floor, I will surely die. On the floor.
Nitco presents dirt-free tiles, so you can do more on the floor. Dirt-free tiles and many more innovations from Nitco.
Darling, there will never be another on the floor.
I know it's quite stupid actually, but it's good fun, right? I mean, everyone in advertising in 2000 wanted to do TVCs, films, and in David, we decided that we won't do that. We are going to make radio famous. So and we set up this company within David called Radioactive. And people were writing for radio, and we were really enjoying it. So that's why I wanted to tell you about it. So radio is actually the voice inside your head, right? I think it's the only medium which is not a medium. It transfers itself into your head. So you become the medium actually, because you're carrying the image in your head because of what someone said on radio. So there's this personalization which is amazing, right? You make it your own. And for me, the theater of the mind which radio brings is what is the most joyful thing about radio. When I was a child, the radio wasn't a device. Yeah, it was a family member. It sat in the corner of our living room, quiet, patient, waiting to speak. And when it did, we listened. Not with our ears. We didn't listen with our ears. We listened with our imagination, right? It really came alive. Yeah, it was like closing your eyes. I'll tell you something else, another story later. But yeah, so the point is that it invites you to create your own movie in the mind. And that's the beauty of radio. Whatever it is, radio, audio, wherever we are going today with it, this is the essential core truth of audio and radio. This is the soul. And I just want to sort of come at it as a lover, not as an expert. The thing about radio is that it doesn't show, it suggests. Yeah? Are you able to hear me? Yeah? It doesn't tell you what to see. It invites you to create your own movie in the mind. Every ad becomes your story. Every jingle feels like your song. In a world obsessed with visuals, radio remains this invisible magician. And the ad is not an interruption, it's a performance. Somewhere between the static and the silence, radio advertising finds its magic. The magic of one-to-one. That's the beauty, and that's what I love about radio. Yeah, absolutely love it. Let me tell you something else. This is the agency, David, that we started in 2000. Yeah, it was like a alternate agency for David Ogilvy. For Ogilvy, I had gone to the Ogilvy board and I said, David Ogilvy chose the wrong end of his name. Ogilvy is only a name, while David is an ideology. David is about spirit of challenge. David's going to question everything in the world. And so the first thing we did was to make our office look like a play school. We said, why should an office look like an office? And when you joined this agency, you didn't get an appointment letter. You got a resignation letter. You joined the agency by resigning from adulthood. You had to take on the responsibility of a 6-year-old. And that's what this agency was about. It was about play. Yeah, this was, when you enter the agency, you get stairs that go up. And when you go up, you hit your nose because there is no second floor. It's just all fake, it's all play. The reason I'm telling you this is because from that comes a new set of ideas. I used to sit, this was my office. Yeah, I used to sit on a commode. If an idea was good, it went into the bathtub. If the idea was bad, I'd just flush. There was a sound of a flush and you knew the idea was bad. So that was the agency that we started, and that's the agency that said radio is beautiful. We must make radio great. And then the kind of work we were doing. I want to just give a backdrop to this. Benetton, I met Luciano Benetton, and he said, I don't want you to do any print ads for me because we do it all in Milan. And then I discovered that they've never done a radio spot ever. So we said, what if we could do a radio spot for the spring-summer collection that was coming into India? So spring-summer collection, how can we make it truly united colors of Benetton? How can we fuse the East and the West and make something which radio can only do? So Sagar is going to play that.
United Colors of Benetton announces the International Spring-Summer Collection, now in India.
Yeah, thanks. I'm assuming you got it, right? We just wanted to make turn Rang Barse into an Italian opera. And that's what radio does. It allows you to sort of bend and play and move the world around, move the world of music and sound around. And it came because we sat in an office that was about play. So it's important. The architecture of your office controls the culture of the office, which controls the creative of the office. And so when we decided that radio is going to be the big thing for us, that's what we began to do. It's all in good fun. I was appointed jury chairman for radio because year on year we were doing all this crazy work. And what happened when they asked me to come on stage and give away the awards and give a speech, they couldn't see me. I crawled onto stage at Goa Fest, and I'd hidden inside the podium. And people could hear my voice, but they couldn't see me. And everyone was confused. And I said, I am radio. You can hear me, you can't see me. And I gave away the awards without anyone seeing me. It was just a stupid thing that says, screw it, man, you can do anything, you're radio. So let's break my speech with some interesting radio. But just the reason I keep interrupting my voice with some interesting radio is that in college, I was told that I sound like All India Radio in bad weather. So I'm very conscious, and so I kind of try and stop speaking occasionally. Yeah. So let's hear this radio spot, Sagar.
Welcome to the Art of Living course. Today, you will learn the art of living while a meeting is in progress. Now, start with a calm and relaxed mind. Take a deep breath. Keep a smile on your face so that you don't want to draw suspicion towards you. Now keep your back straight. Always sit comfortably. Remember, you are in a meeting and people are looking to you. Now, depending on the level of gas and the pressure you are experiencing, you will have to cough to cover the unpleasant sound. The more the level of gas and pressure, the louder and longer you will cough when you let go. Like this. If the level of gas and pressure is less, the lower you cough or just clear your throat. Like this. Also be the first to press your nose or just wave away the smell in disgust so no one in the meeting doubts you. Now you will realize you do not need to put on a fake smile. You are happy from within. The art of living is brought to you by Sanjeevan Dhara. Learn the art or consume the Sanjeevan Dhara. Tathastu.
My apologies if it sort of affected some of you. Actually, I've apologized twice for the kind of work we've done on radio. But I didn't bring that along because I thought, if it didn't work in 2005, this is definitely a wrong time. So I'm going to keep that away. But yeah, this is some of the stuff, because like I said, I've come to you as a content creator, not an expert, just somebody who loves radio. I haven't done radio for a while though. And we say that today radio has evolved, right? It's also audio, it's podcasts, it's Spotify ads, it's the voice of Alexa telling you about the new 5-in-1 detergents. It's a lot of things, and it's evolved, and it's great. It's great that it's moving in that direction. But what's still relevant? What hasn't changed? The important thing is what hasn't changed. Change is what we're receiving, but what hasn't changed is the power of a human voice to connect emotionally hasn't changed. Local radio still matters in many communities. Brand recognition through jingles and sonic branding still works for radio. So there are things in radio that hasn't changed. At its heart, it's still about the whisper in your ear. Radio is still the whisper in your ear that feels more intimate than any screen can ever be. Yeah, that's what good advertising or radio advertising is about. I'm going to play one more, which I thought is a very sort of poignant piece. Yeah, it's the opposite of the art of leaving. And this is something we did for CNN IBN when they just launched. We had offered this platform called Whatever It Takes, CNN IBN, Whatever It Takes, and we won the account based on that. And we did this radio spot, which I'd like Sagar to play. Yeah?
They lock you in a prison and throw the key away. That's the law, our law. And they tell that to you, a lawyer by training. How many birthdays did you celebrate in prison? What exactly did you celebrate? And then after 28 years, the key is found. And it turns in the rusty lock and you step outside. At last you're a free man. But everywhere you go, you see them. The ones who stole 28 years of your life, the ones who hated you. But you don't feel hatred towards them. You don't seek revenge. Because the ideal they sent you to prison for is the ideal you still believe in outside of it. A simple ideal, that black and white are equal colors. Nothing less, nothing more. This is the story of one man's life. Nelson Mandela. Don't just live a life. Give it whatever it takes. CNN, IBM. Whatever it takes.
Yeah. Thank you. You know what? The thing about love is that even in the execution of all the pieces, we used to go out of our way to get it done. Tom Alter, if you remember the name, he did this. We couldn't find him. Then someone said he's in Missouri. We went to Missouri. We looked for him. We got him. We pleaded with him to come to Mumbai and record it for us. The other one, the Benetton story, is a completely different story of that radio spot. Are you okay to listen to that story? Yeah. So what happened was we presented the Benetton radio spot idea to the marketing manager of Benetton in India. And then a few weeks later, she's gone. And a new marketing person has come in. And now we know that when a new marketing person comes in, she or he is going to reject the past. And we have this precious idea. And how do we save it and not let, the exchange of marketing managers affect our piece? We love radio. So this is what happened. We put our own money and we got the radio spot done. Yeah? We paid for it ourselves. We collected money within the organization and did it ourselves. And then I went to Delhi to meet the new marketing person. She was sitting in our office. She had never seen me. She doesn't know me. And my head of Delhi office was sitting with her. I could see her through the window of the conference room. And a look, sometimes you're like an animal. You can sense things. Yeah, you feel this person's not going to buy this. No way. Or maybe it's just paranoia. Or you're just a mother who's trying to save your baby. And so this is what I did. I went to the canteen. I unbuttoned my shirt, put it in a way that it looked out of sorts. I put flour on my face. Yeah. And then I went and took tea for her because the tea was going to go. She had asked for tea. So I went as the sort of canteen boy or canteen man to serve tea. I have a natural tremor, so that helped. Yeah. And so I go into the room and I say, chai, sharp, because I got this Nepali look. So I sort of, I'm stammering and I say, chai, and she's looking at me like, who's this guy? She's telling Shubratu, our manager, tell him to go away. And I slowly disappear. And then I change, I put on a jacket, wash myself, comb my hair, try to look good, which is not possible, but I try. And then I get a 2-in-1, the good old 2-in-1. 2006, we still had 2-in-1s. And I put the cassette of this film, of this radio spot, and I jump into the conference room with full excitement, saying, hi, I'm Josie Paul. I've come all the way from Mumbai. I want to play you something. It's a radio spot I've done for Benetton. And she's looking at me completely psyched out. Like, didn't I just see someone like him who was completely out of sorts, but now he's a different guy? And so I jump, I play this radio spot. She hears it. but she's not listening. She's blown. And I said, what do you think? And she says, yes, yes. And I said, great, let's go for it. And that's how this radio spot happened. Yeah. That's love, man. That is love. That is where you look stupid, where you're willing to be absolutely embarrassed because you want something to happen. And that's the story of that radio spot which I played for you. But yeah, every radio spot has a story. And it's amazing that we can have this story in advertising. Yeah, you heard this? So good radio advertising is not a pitch, but a presence. It's always there. Yeah, a presence that stays with you long after the jingle fades. A story that lingers even when the frequency changes. Through static, through silence, through the clutter of every other medium. I just want to play the last year's winner, and you'll see the change in radio. Last year's winner at Cannes, which won the Grand Prix. Yeah, let's play this. Yeah, Sagar? It's interesting how they use radio. I think it's beautiful, it's fabulous.
Please record your skinny radio ad after the beep.
You want to be simple as calling a number.
You phone this number and you then read the script that's on the poster to the voicemail.
To keep prices low, Skinny has placed this radio script near the theatre, on a central city billboard, on the front page of a newspaper, and the hopes
That someone like me will call the number provided.
recorded on their mobile for free.
You may think I'm a fool for giving away my voice like this.
But who cares? I'm on the radio. Get the Skinny.
If you'd told me a week ago I'd be standing in a dimly lit car park recording a radio ad for a telco on my mobile and not getting paid for it, I would have said you were crazy. But not as crazy as Skinny's low, low prices.
I might be in a questionable part of town, making questionable decisions, but there's no questioning Skinny's great prices and incredible mobile network.
It's like a nationwide treasure hunt, but without the treasure, because no one's getting paid a cent. Why pay big bucks for a celebrity voice when you can have my incredible voice for nothing? I love you, Skinny, even if you are potentially taking advantage of me.
Yeah, that was BBDO in New Zealand, outstanding piece. It's not just how you receive it personally, it's also how you send it personally. I've got a minute and a half, so I'm going to skip the next few slides, and I'm just going to go to a point that I want to make, that it's not old school, it's old school. That's what radio is for me. And I've just written something this morning. There's something profoundly intimate about radio. It's the soundtrack of our lives. That's what makes radio so powerful. The real medium isn't just the frequency or the speaker, the person on the other side. It's you, it's the human being. Your inner theater, each message plays differently in each mind. Technology may change, new screens may emerge, but the soul of radio endures. It's not just what is said, but how it is heard. In a world of noise, radio remains a whisper. The quietest messages are often the ones that echo the longest. And for me, that is radio, that is what love is. And yeah, when the world shuts its eyes, radio still gets through. Yeah? Radio, someone still loves you. Thank you so much.